guys, Healing and Deliverance Tree Channel here. I want to deliver a quick message that I believe is for a lot of people out there that really need to hear this right now. I'm just outside taking a little trek, a little walk in nature, so you may hear some birds and things like that, but destiny and obedience to the Lord, and obedience to the divine. And let's just talk about it, right? Like, your purpose and your calling and what you're instructed to do will have you out here, sometimes looking like really crazy. Even to yourself, like, even you will be annoyed with it. Like, even you will be rolling your eyes. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why do I have to do things this way? Why am I not doing this? Why am I doing that? The thing about obedience is, 9 times out of 10, when we're told to truly do something that's going to be really important, big or small, it's not going to make much sense. It's not going to make sense at all, actually. Not even, chances are, not even to you. Okay? And however, the definition of obedience is to do what you're told and to do it how you're told to do it. Sometimes what we're told to do and how we're told to do it, we're not given the why. We're not filled in on a lot of the details of the full picture. Only God has that, right? He doesn't necessarily always tell us everything up front. He just tells us what he wants us to do. And if we, using our free will, choose to be obedient, we can do that and go with door A, or we can be disobedient and go with door B. We all have that free will and that choice. So for those of us who just happen to exercise our free will and believe in being obedient to the divine, which trust has a lot to do with it, right? If you really trust someone, they don't have to necessarily give you every single detail, because you know you can trust this person, their personality, their level of morality, their level of intelligence. You know that you can trust them. They don't necessarily always have to say, well, this is why I'm, filling you in on every single thing. Oh, I know such and such, they always have my back, or they're really smart, or they know what they're doing, or this is somebody I know I can depend on. So really, guys, this comes down to trust. And believe me, I'm the number one person who often struggles in that area when I cannot understand and see the bigger picture, or the puzzle, the full completed puzzle for what it should be. But the Lord is often painting a very vivid, beautiful painting. I'm talking about beautiful, that since we can't see the full picture and its beauty, a lot of the times, from our vantage point, it's very messy, right? It's like paint colors just thrown all over the page. It does not look like anything. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't look beautiful and wonderful. Okay, it looks messy, chaotic, incomplete, and confusing sometimes. However, like I said, if you happen to be one of the people that subscribe to the belief system and you have dedicated your free will in being an obedient child of the Most High God, because ultimately you do know that you can trust him, right? Ultimately, you do know that he's always been a friend to you. Ultimately, you do know he's always been there for you and never steered you wrong. Now, when you're in the hot seat and actually going through it, no matter how much you know that, it does get difficult and hard. So I feel like it's a lot of people out there who, for you right now, your vantage point, you don't really see the beautiful picture that's being painted and how it's being prepared and why you're being told to do certain things and why you're being told to do them in a certain way. But I am here to tell you to stay the course and just be obedient. As long as you're accomplishing being obedient, that is all that matters. And I sincerely believe with all my heart that coming up here soon, within the next couple days, couple weeks, for some of you it may be a couple of months, but coming up here soon, you're going to begin to see that picture in full view and in color. That beautiful painting that he's painting, it's going to begin to, you're going to be able to see what he sees. You're going to be able to see the grand design. And the reason why I say that, I'm just not coming on here to make you feel good and blow your head up. Like, I'm at a point now concerning myself where A lot of things that I've been told to do, why I've been told, not why, but how I've been told to do them, they're all coming together, and I'm starting to see the picture for what it is, for what he sees. I'm starting to get, like, I'm picking up what he's putting down. I'm looking around, and it's like now my eyes are open. I understand now what he's doing and how I play a role in that. I understand now how it all makes sense. I understand not all of the puzzle pieces, but it's a lot more clearer now, and now I get it. So the Lord is always having us strategically placed, and as long as you are being obedient, you will always arrive at the right place at exactly the right time. That is the importance of being obedient. If you turn off, don't you know how when you get off on the exit at a freeway, if you turn off of the highway of obedience too soon and you stop doing what the Lord told you to do, how he told you to do it, where he told you to do it at, with the people, what do we say? Who, what, where, when, and how? The Lord, when he gives us instructions, might include some of those things. And a lot of the times we may be tempted to get off on an earlier exit because we don't like the way it looks, or it doesn't make sense to us, or we don't understand. And then we start plugging in our own who, what, where, when, and hows. And guys, every single thing that you've been told to do has all been strategic for a reason and for a purpose. Just because he didn't disclose it to you at the beginning, it's all by design for a reason. And if you get off on your own exit and start plugging in your own factors, whenever it's time for you to arrive at the moment, when it's time for things to happen, you're not going to be where you're supposed to be. You're not going to have what we're supposed to have. You're not going to be with who you were supposed to be with at that moment in time and destiny. Everything will be like off course because you were not obedient. And so I just want to encourage you guys, for everybody out there, to stay the course if you are being obedient. And even if you have fallen off, like, we're all human, we all make mistakes. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Sometimes these messengers come on, prophetic messengers, and they'll encourage us and say, oh, it's all going to make sense one day. It's all going to make sense. And to be honest with you, I like roll my eyes sometimes and get tired of hearing that. It's all going to make sense one day. Well, guess what, guys? I'm standing and living in it. My eyes are open. It all makes sense now. I get it now. I can see the painting that's being I can see the picture that's being painted. I can see now what he's doing, and I can see how that relates to me and a lot of the things that he's had me do. Okay, guys? So I just wanted to encourage you that as long as you continue to be obedient, that is all that matters. It does not matter how you feel. It does not matter what makes sense to you. It does not matter other people's opinions. Do not swerve off course because of those things. And you will arrive when it's all said and done, and when it's time for it to go down, whatever, it is, meaning your collision with destiny or your place in it or your purpose, you're gonna end up exactly at the right place at the right time, and you're gonna have with you exactly what you're supposed to have with you, and you're gonna have exactly who you're supposed to have with you. And you're not gonna have, this is very important, you're not gonna have with you things and people that you were not supposed to have at that time. So guys, I just want to say, continue to trust the Lord and continue to be obedient. And I really do believe with all my heart that for some of you, it's going to be a couple of days. Your eyes are going to be open, and you're going to begin to see and understand what the Lord has been doing with you the whole time. You may not get everything, but you will have a peace because you will see things and understand things on a deeper level, and you will have a bigger piece of the puzzle that you didn't have before. And so it's really going to help you. And you're, like I said before, with the Lord, he is a masterful artist. He is always trying to put together the most beautiful outcome, the most beautiful destiny, the most beautiful things for his children. And it's all about whether we trust him, and I'm preaching to myself, or not. And it's all about whether we're willing to be obedient and patient to receive that big, beautiful, perfect picture that he's painting, or whether we're going to end up with something, guys, is not going to be that beautiful. I can tell you that right now. In fact, it may end up being pretty bad. But um, so for some of you, it's going to be in a couple of days. For me, it happened out of nowhere. It just began just hitting me, boom, 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 all at once. And then each day that went on, it's like, oh, light bulbs are now going off and clicking. And it's like, oh, now I get it. You know, now it makes sense. I see what you're doing. We're here now. But for some of you, it may be a couple of days. For some of you, it may be a couple of weeks. And for some of you, it may be a couple of months. But I can assure you, for a lot of people out there who's listening to this message, you are going to begin to see your picture come into clearer view and into focus. And you're going to have more understanding that you have been begging and praying and waiting on, to understand more about, you know, your life, your purpose, your destiny, your blessings, direction and understanding and moving forward.